Well, guys, you know what time it is. I think it's time for another episode of Rank 'em. And this is Rank 'em episode 12, I believe, right?
12.
Episode 12. It is your boy Don here with the franchise, Neil, guys. And we are here ranking the teams from 30 worst to 1 being the best. And at rank number 19 is
Utah.
the Utah Jazz. They were once conference finals when they had Darren Williams and Karolinko and Boozer and all those fun people, to now being 1 seed from making the playoffs. Which last season a lot of people were surprised. They went from being one of the worst teams to actually being this close in the playoffs. I was hoping they were going to beat the Rockets in the playoffs. I was rooting for Utah around that time.
Yep.
But now, Neil, here you go. Go through the roster and
Alright. Gordon Hayward.
good.
Good.
Excellent player. Underrated.
Rudy Gobert.
Underrated.
Rim protector. That's the
Rim
definition of
protector.
rim protector. Joe Johnson.
Now you have bad feelings about Joe Johnson from your Brooklyn Nets days.
Pisses me off. But good for him.
Yeah.
But they gave him too much money, I think.
Okay. Dante Exum.
Okay, we're stopping here real quick. Dante Exum. I've always been a fan of Dante Exum, guys. This point guard is gonna cook. He could be most improved player. He's gonna be popping through. He's gonna be dishing that ball. Underrated as fuck. And he is going off this season. I don't care what anybody says. Dante Exum is the man to watch. I'm telling Neil right here, watch Dante Exum.
I will watch him. I hope.
Because this guy is gonna cook. He is gonna put in work. Okay, too bad he had an injury last summer in the EuroLeague thing, Summer League. He got hurt with an ACL and he missed the entire season. But now he's better than ever and he's gonna put in that work. I'm telling you right now.
Okay. Derek Favors.
Underrated.
Underrated. George Hill.
I don't like George Hill.
Why don't you like George Hill?
I think he's not even that good. I think he's awful.
How do you think he made the starting point guard in Indiana?
Well, who else does Indiana have? Tell me.
Stuckey.
Stucky.
Not
Exactly
good
my point. Not
Okay.
good enough.
Okay.
Not good enough.
Boris Diaw.
Good.
I like-
Definitely great pickup by they picked him up from the Spurs. Smart. Any Spurs player is good.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Marcus Page.
Underrated.
I heard of him in North Carolina.
Underrated.
Yeah.
North Carolina. That's my college team. That Marcus Page. Oh my god. Underrated.
Okay. Alec Burks.
Underrated.
I've heard of this point guard.
Nato
Rosino
trash.
Nato.
I think
Is he
he's
trash?
I think he's trash. I never
Okay.
really watched him, but he's trash.
Okay.
From what I hear.
Rodney Hood.
Underrated.
Good. He's a good player.
Underrated.
Good young guy. Trey Lyles.
Underrated.
Yep.
I'm just gonna keep
Yes.
saying that because you guys are gonna get the point of this at the end of this.
Okay, this is the stupidest last name ever. Joel Bolomboy.
I don't even. Oh my god, I never heard of this guy, but he's. I can't really say anything.
Okay. Joe Ingles.
I never heard of him.
He's okay. Jeff Whitby.
He's good, I heard.
He was good in Kansas, but he hasn't really lived up to him so far.
But hey, he still has chances.
Right. Shelvin Mack.
Underrated.
Underrated.
Definitely a good player.
Quincy Ford. Don't know much about.
Underrated, I would say too.
Alright, Chris Johnson.
He played with the Celtics for like half a year. He was okay.
It's okay, underrated.
Yeah, he's underrated. Henry Sims.
Now he was playing for my team, guys. I'm not gonna say he's bad trash. He's definitely better than Bargnani and like Bosch. Oh, no, Andre Bosch is better than him. My
Okay.
bad. Henry Sims is trash. I'm sorry, trash.
Okay. Olivier Hamlin.
I don't know.
D. Boss and Kevin Murphy. So those
You
are.
got some young guys, but
Yeah.
now my point is, what did I say half the time in this?
You said
Almost.
underrated.
Underrated, exactly. This team, underrated. So many talents underrated. I love what Utah's doing. They work towards the draft, and now this is where they're at. They're one step away, step from making the playoffs. Will they make the playoffs this year? I'm not saying no. I'm not saying no, because on this list when we were doing this, Neil was the one that said that they are probably going to be a 500 team, but they're going to be down one game like last year. It's going to be the same result, which I believe it could be. But you never know, only because they have a bunch of young talents, and you never know if one is going to evolve crazy. Like Dante Exum could evolve into a starting point guard, making George Hill a backup. You never know. You never know in the NBA, guys. And Joe Johnson is a veteran added to this roster that makes it an even more positive.
He should know, because he's went to Brooklyn for years.
And I'm upset that what happened, the result of that, but you know what? Joe Johnson, good for him. He's got his career back on track. And I'm rooting for him right now in Utah. But the money Utah gave him, ridiculous, but I think it's smart. They got a veteran now, and they need that veteran for that one step, and you never know. This team, I have a feeling they could make the playoffs. They could this season. They could do it. I'm looking at it. Derek Favors, underrated. Gobert, finally getting the publicity he deserves.
Yep.
He deserves, because he's underrated as well. Gordon Hayward, underrated. Like, I'm loving this roster. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at a bunch of underrated talents. Very underrated. Boris Diaw, underrated.
Yeah, underrated.
Marcus Page, underrated. He's gonna be eating this season. Alec Burke, underrated. Ronnie Hood, underrated. Trey, oh my goodness. This team, I'm impressed. But they better get a playoff run this season, because Gordon Hayward did say if they do not make the playoffs, he wants out.
Hayward is almost an all-star caliber player. That's why.
No doubt. If he was in the Eastern Conference, guys. If he was in the Eastern Conference, Gordon Hayward would probably be playoff. Gobert, he would be all-star as well. Let's see here. For the Favors, probably too.
Right.
A bunch of these players would be all-stars if they played for the East, but we're talking the West, where you got your Westbrooks and your Currys and your Durants and all those cheesing players. Damian Lillard, but he's underrated as well. They'd be sleeping on him as well. But for Utah, I think that this season they're just going to stay neutral on the line. Unless they do a blockbuster trade. You never know. If they can make one move, that's all this team needs. That's all the front office really needs.
They have to stay healthy too.
They got to stay healthy. That was what screwed them up last year for the playoff run. They had a couple nagging injuries that cost them a few games. But now, the problem is with this team, if they stay healthy and they make one little trade, one little thing, it can be the littlest thing, they can get that 8 seed. They could do it. I have faith in Utah that they're going to make it, but over the teams that we believe are going to make the playoffs this year, I don't think they will make it. They're going to be off by one game. But you never know, because players can get hurt. You never know in this NBA, like we said about the Magics. You never know, because they're one step away. They just have to do that one trade, one little thing they really need. And them playing Kobe in his last game is not going to help them at all. But I'm looking at this. What do you think their record's going to be? Up, down, neutral? I already said neutral.
Give them around.
So I think they were off by one game last season for 500.
38 wins.
38?
Yeah.
So that's a 500?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they'll make they'll be exactly 500. So 37-37. They're definitely 500. This team's very underrated. I love the way that this team is, like, the players, how they got the players, they drafted, did some little trades.
Yep.
Very, very smart. So this team, I think, I'm going to give them a thumbs up.
Yep.
I respect the hell out of it. So Utah fans can't come at me or Neil, because we actually understand what your office is doing, unlike half the other teams in this league. we actually know what Utah's doing, and we're finally starting to see that. A bunch of people, a bunch of the best ones in the fans would say, what's Utah doing? Like, they're a joke ever since Darren Williams and all their all-stars left. But not really, guys. You know why? Because you guys drafted these players, and they're really good. I think.
I think you should speed up the process now. Gordon Hayward is threatening to leave.
Yep, he's starting to lead. Make one move. If you make that A seed, then I'm assuming he's going to stay. They'll probably give him a max deal, and he deserves it too. Because he's very underrated. He's averaging like 20 points a game. Which you guys would not think that this Larry Bird-looking guy would average 20 points. You wouldn't expect Favors to be averaging like 17 or 18 points. You wouldn't be expecting half these players to be averaging what they're averaging, but they are. That's why Utah really needs that one step. They need one little thing. That's all they need. I'm rooting for you guys all the way, even though I'm not a Utah fan. I like Utah, but not a fan. But yes, guys. Wait, anything you guys want to say?
No, I think that pretty much covers it.
Okay, guys, so if you enjoyed this episode, rank them. Splash the like button. If you have not hit the subscribe button yet to become the best one, hit that subscribe button now. We are on the road to 200 subs. Not a big number to you guys, but to us, it's a huge number. Links down in the description below if you want to follow him on Twitter, at NeilSportsMind, me, at Donnie Barnard, and to all the best ones worldwide.
DITV1
is taking over. Peace.
Peace.